Okay, if you're providing liquidity on DeFi Kingdoms for items such as eggs, stop what you're doing and watch this. I can't believe I just figured this out. I was just on the phone with adventures in DeFi Kingdoms with this awesome site right here. This is awesome what this site offers. Amazing. I have no financial incentive to push anything ever, by the way, or I'll tell you. I just love promoting these guys. I want to help them. I want them to make money so they can keep developing and do awesome things. Okay. And he just in passing said, hey, on this liquidity, this is probably important. Okay. So I'm going to add pet eggs. Always have the jewel on the bottom. He said the non-divisible items, such as an egg, you can't have a half an egg or a point. You can't have 0.2 eggs. You can't have 0.18 eggs. Always have the jewel and the gold on the bottom. I mean, I supplied liquidity for stones today, and that's why I was telling you guys before, you're better off not putting 10 in or less than 10 because you just get hit right at first. You know how I kept saying that? Well, this is why. He said, he kind of explained in the code, Neindorf. Shout out to Neindorf Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. Okay. And Raph, baby, love you guys. So super important. Watch, like you might notice too, a lot of times when I deposit something, it leaves one. It says it deposited all like 11, but only 10 actually went in. One's still in my wallet, and it starts off right off the bat showing 9, and the jewels less. Like, okay, but then you just leave it in over time. It's okay. It works out. Just figured out why. You got to, for some reason in the code, you have to have non-divisible items on the top, not on the bottom. You have the jewel and the gold on the bottom. You hit supply. Watch, all 4 of these eggs will go right in, baby. Okay. And that's 4. I'm writing this down, by the way. I'm adding 4 eggs for 257 jewel. Baby. I'm crushing it on these pools, even regardless of my own stupidity. 257. 4 actually came out. The 257 will also be accurate in that scenario. So I couldn't come and do this video fast enough for you guys. Okay, where's my sheet to write that down on? I have to make new sheets all the time because they're getting crazy. Okay, plus I'll have to make a new one for this one. 4, and it was 257. Okay, so now my liquidity, smashing. That's up to 35 eggs. I've put in 29, so I've gained 6 eggs. I'll do the math later on that. It's looking good, but as you can see, it actually is just working beautifully now. It's like, I don't have to build up like 10 eggs before I put all this in. Blue egg, 250. You can put in 2 blue eggs. It works now. You don't have to have 10. It's like glory. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Keeping track. I got my notes for the video. I'm nuts. And you know what? I probably won't edit it much. Anyways, you're just going to have to deal with me. What are you guys going to do? You got to deal with me. Okay, blue egg, that was 250. Okay. Wow, I mean, I got hammered. I'm doing good on these, but I would be even doing way better. People, way better if I'd known this. The stupid thing. Yeah. Okay, 3 yellow eggs, 111.7. I love it, guys. I love this. Okay. All right. So much to talk about. I hope this video won't be too long. Okay. Come on, Grady. I am dead, tired, drained. I have been doing so much today. Just playing around with liquidity. Okay. Lots to talk about. Okay. What do we do right now? All this summoning is going to happen on Crystalville tomorrow. It's going to be maddening. So that makes me think Crystal is probably going to pump, and it has been pumping a little bit. Let's look at it. I noticed that it kind of like dropped a little bit and then it pumped back up, and it might just be the market. I can double check. Okay. All right. Now it's just a little bit. Went down to 30 cents. Now it's back up to it hit 32 cents. Okay. I'm guessing it's going to pump, but it might be a sell the news event. You think? I mean, okay. So what is the risk? What's the pros and cons? Yes, we got to spend more to summon. Right now, it looks like Jewel's down. Crystal's up. No surprise. Okay. It's almost back to just being 2-1. Jewel versus Crystal. Jewel's at 16 cents. Crystal's at almost 32 cents. So what's going to happen? It looks like with Clayton, I hope you guys watched the video this morning. I was in the podcast and he actually played it. I just missed it. And it's so cool because I had said this before that Clayton, I think, can sort of function like a subnet, like Avalanche does, and use Joule as gas fees. Well, Frisky Fox actually said that in the AMA. How did I miss that? It's because when he said it, he went right to Crystalville and talked about how he likes that happening in Crystalville. And psychologically, I thought he was talking about Crystalville, not Clayton. I think that's why. And everyone missed it. So that was awesome, refreshing, amazing. So that's bullish for Joule. There's also apparently going to be a lockup period incentive for all the people who have locked Joule to lock it up, potentially. Unconfirmed, but that's been hinted before. It's on the AMA. Hopefully they hit it on it tomorrow, but probably not. So big summoning event tomorrow. What's the pros and cons? What is the pros and cons to this summoning? Okay, should we spend twice the Joule to summon? Or twice as much to summon with Crystal? Should we do that? And especially what's going to happen, Veldy, shout out to VLV. She sent this to me. She's amazing. Okay. So we'll look at this. So this is the increased chances to summon a mythic in all of it. You increase your chances across the board. Okay. But I noticed if you look at this, the chances are literally double for mythic versus a common. It's not double. It's 1.5. So it's 50% increased chances. And then once you get for rare, it's not even that. I don't think. I think it goes. So whereas if you summon a mythic together, you're literally doubling your chances to get a mythic. I think. Let's double check that. Okay, I had this pulled up earlier and lost it now because so I chatted with so much going my brain. I chatted with these guys tonight, and I'm going to do a video and show you how awesome it is if you pay for their service, and it's a no-brainer. I would say for so many different reasons, including, okay, market data. Look at this. So, okay, carving. Okay, do you remember yesterday, if you saw my video, I did all this, how much, and I did the math. I literally spent probably 2 hours, did all the math for all the potions, and then all the math, just for the video, and all the math for this stuff, right? Well, you know what? You can just come to this site, and it just tells you, this is how much it is to craft. The lesser, and I was doing it in gold, and I was comparing the prices in gold. This does it in Joule, which is actually even better. Gold. Okay, so you can craft the lesser chaos stone, and the cost in Joule for all the materials currently to craft that is 5.2 Joule. But on the market, on the DEX, on the trader to sell it, you can get 6.81 Joule arbitrage. That's what we hit on yesterday. Yesterday it was double. It was twice as good as all this. Okay, look at the Might Stone. Craft 8.5. And I provided a ton of liquidity, and I did it with the Might Stones on the bottom instead of on top, and I got hammered on my initial deposit into the liquidity. I was just like, what the heck? Is the worst I've ever seen. I've seen it bad before. Like I've literally seen it where I deposited an egg in like 20 Joule, and then I check, and the egg's gone, and it has like 17 Joule. That's like, that was the starting point. That's probably the worst I've ever seen. But you just leave it in there, and then it kind of goes back up, and then all of a sudden you do have an egg, and then like 20 Joule. So it's fine. Anyways, hopefully you just don't have to pull it out right away. Okay, so look at this. It's just here, and it tells you. Isn't that beautiful? Here I thought, Faulty Poker was up in here reading the code, like somehow mysteriously, magically looking at the code on the blockchain on how to decipher all of this information. No, he probably just had this. Faulty Poker, baby. Here it is. You just got it. You can craft this, lesser finesse stone, and then boom. And it'll cost you about 10.2 Joule, and then boom, you can sell it for 13 Joule. Boom, instant profit, baby. It's not, a whole lot of profit if you wait till tomorrow when the summoning event. Okay, back to the summoning event. What are we going to do? What is Crystal going to pump? I can't see Crystal not pumping for that. Am I wrong? I did tell everybody that gold would like 5x. I was wrong there. It is actually up. Gold is pumping right now on Sarandale. It's gone. Gold is pricier. That's why the cost of the golden eggs. Yeah. So anyways, I'm smashed, and all the eggs are going way up. The golden eggs are kind of down, but the other eggs are way up. Right. I was like, whoa. I wanted to go buy several more and provide liquidity, but it's like, whoa, they're way up right now. So I just bought like a couple of each, and I just deposited them. And I had gotten some from questing. Okay. So that's interesting. So what do we do? What's Crystal going to do? Is Crystal going to pump? I don't see it. How is it not going to pump? Is my thought. Now, there might be a whole bunch of people that bought a bunch up. Like I bought a bunch up, not me, not a bunch. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to want to sell some of it tomorrow, but I'm going to need it to summon. And if we look at our chances here, that's why I came here. Hello, hero data. So let's pull this up real quick. I'm going to compare the odds of two mythics. And there's probably already people that know this. Wrong account. I got to get this video out. There's so much I need to talk about too. It's killing me. My heroes. Let's look at mythics. I did this earlier. I had it up on the computer. Okay. So we got a mythic. I'm not going to care about the combo. I just want to look at the chances. And then another mythic. I love this site so much. It would tell us all I want is the mythic price or the chances here. Rarity. Okay. It's not double, but it is better than the common difference. Common is still awesome. Like increased chances for all of this. We'll look at it here in a second too. Mythic, instead of having a 3.5% chance, when you're summoning two mythics together, you're getting, where'd that go? You're getting a 5.2% chance. So it goes from 3.5 to 5.2. So it's not actually quite double. Why did I think it was double? Legendary goes from 6.5% to, I'm an idiot, you guys. Sorry for, okay. From 6.5% to 9.8%. So that is, and then a rare, you've got 21.5% chance if you're summoning two mythics together. I think I'm reading that right. Okay, summoner combo. Yeah, that's mythic. 9.8% instead of 6.5. Rare is 21.5 instead of 17.5. Okay, maybe it's not, the spread isn't much different than I thought. Okay, it is a little bit different though, I think. Okay, so the opportunity cost here. Plus we get some kind of a token for every time we summon. Plus we get in several raffles, including the very first Gen 0 on Crystalville. I think Crystalville, right? I know what I said. Let's pull it back up. 2 Crystalville Gen 0 crystals, 12 original pets, 8 packs, egg packs. Okay, the first Crystalville Gen 0. That's what everybody wants. Okay. Everyone who summons will receive a birthday cake soulbound token. So we have 48 hours to summon starting tomorrow, which is August the 22nd. And the time, actually, okay, EDT, Eastern Standard Time, right? So that's 7:22 my time, Central. So 7:22 tomorrow. This starts and goes for 48 hours. So we have 2 days. We'll be able to summon. I can't imagine a world in which Crystal doesn't pump, at least leading up to the event, right? Of course, every time you think stuff like that's going to happen, it doesn't. The opposite happens. What is a Gen 0 crystal? It's just like a greater crystal, right? I'm guessing. Okay, so this is exciting. Plus, you get 22% off merch. I'm definitely buying some merch, baby, just to help support the team. So obviously, the team needs money. They're down on money. I've heard them mention it a couple times. So that's part of the reason why they're doing this. So it's kind of like a fundraiser because they get a portion of the crystal that's being used to summon. 1% of it, I think, gets burned out of existence. And I think it's 17% goes to the team, 25% goes to marketing, and like 30% goes to partnerships. They have it in their white paper somewhere. So it's going to help, the Clayton, all this whole thing getting launched. Anyways. So if you use this DFK B Day, 22% off. I'll have this link in the description below. Thank you for sharing this with me, Dilvy. Okay, so is it going to be a sell the event? So I'm surprised Crystal hasn't been pumping more off the news of this. Aren't you? Right? Why isn't Crystal pumping? Because everyone's going to need Crystal to do all that summoning. And there's all kinds of other giveaways. Bogside Chat has a big giveaway going if you share their tweet and follow their page. Next DFK Hero has one. Remember we had Coolio in the house. They have, if you summon using this tool, and you need to rent a hero from the tavern to summon, and you're using this, okay, the service, you enter into a contest, into like a raffle for every single hero that you do this with, I believe. Okay. And it's easy. This site is easy. So summoning tool here, it's a simple site. It's quick and easy to figure out. That's been in my description this whole time. So is this DFK Adventures is always down there in the description. No brainer here. Phenomenal site. There's several other things it can do. So we're going to go over all these different things. The tavern alerts. You can get alerted when stuff is listed in the tavern based off however you want it. If you want to buy a Dread Knight with a summon that's uncommon or better, every single time a Dread Knight with a summon who's uncommon or better will notify your Discord. It's beautiful. You can set that up. If you want to buy a Gen 0, a specific Gen 0, you can always have that notification come right to you as soon as I think it gets mentioned. All right, I'm all over the place. What do we do? What do we do here? I'm shocked that, and I wanted to do this video sooner. I'm just all day long, ever since the podcast this morning, which was phenomenal with those guys. I love those guys. It was great. I didn't know they had the podcast until he asked me to be on it with them. And now they're great. I love those guys, both of them. Okay. Is it Sergeant McNasty or something like that? Anyways, love those guys. Okay. And I got like 4 hours of sleep. Didn't realize it was in the AM until I went to bed at 4 a.m. And then I've just been going nonstop. I haven't even eaten yet today. Okay. So there's so many things. Shimmer Skin. That's another thing. I don't know if you saw my tweet. Look at Shimmer Skin, you guys. So now, not only now do we have, driving me nuts here. Okay. Not only is Swift Thistle, Milkweed, and Spider Fruit better to sell on the decks. This came out of nowhere. Have I just missed this the whole time? Because every time in the past, I'm pretty sure I've checked this before, like several times. Okay. Do we search this in gold? So after, yeah, 248 gold, one Shimmer Skin, instead of 60 gold with the vendor. You can sell it on the decks. Okay, now Fishers are super profitable to quest on Harmony. So what do we do? Right? Okay, that's another big piece of news. I'm talking out loud about what is Crystal going to pump, and is it going to be a sell the event? Is it worth it to summon a whole bunch of guys, spend twice as much money to summon, and possibly not have summons? But I have a feeling in my gut that tomorrow they're going to announce that the item bridge is open in the floodgates, all kinds of arbitrage opportunities, gold, you can send the gold, all kinds of things. That'll be phenomenal. And I bought a bunch of Shimmer Skin on Crystalville because it's 60 gold and 65 gold-ish, and I'm providing liquidity as well. Okay, with gold. So I pulled out most of my liquidity there, and I provided liquidity with gold this time. So I'm trying that out with everything because I needed the jewel, and I had a ton of liquidity with jewel and gold. So I pulled out all that liquidity, but then I ended up putting most of that gold all went back in paired with crystal. And then also I did gold paired with all the items that I have, which isn't a ton. We'll see how that goes. It's already looking good. Okay, but this is big news. Shimmer Skin is now at a premium, just like Swift Thistle. Let's see where Swift Thistle is. I think it's down today. But obviously, as soon as that Stone Carver came out, Shimmer Skin all of a sudden popped, and I just happened to notice it. I just was checking. I always kind of check. I just happened to find it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Yeah, Swift Thistle hit over $300 yesterday when the Stone Carver came out. So everyone was buying up all the items, right? And so that's the time to sell, sell, sell. That's how this works. Got to play the game just right. So if you provide liquidity, you can just boom, pull it out just in time, sell it. Same with those items. Those items right here in the market data on these. Okay, This will be double, especially when we have to wait a full week for the stone carver to come out. Big. I'm running on fumes. My brain is shutting down. Okay. Come on, Shady Grady. Take a gamble with Shady Grady right here, baby. Okay. So what is Crystal going to do? That's the biggest question. I definitely want to get with Expert. I love that guy. And is it DFK Stronghold and Expert? Are they the same guy? There's like two. Those guys, I read the pet write-up. We got to talk pets, PvP, PvE. I want to get him on the show. I also want to get Raph and Neindorf on the show. They're busy. They have real lives, unlike me, who's a complete loser, sitting in the house all day long, not wanting any social interaction at all whatsoever. Except with you guys, baby. Got to help you guys maximize your losses. The crypto expert, one and only, who's lost $2 million this year in crypto, baby. I'm your guy. I'm your guy. All right. Oh, one thing too, I noticed liquidity. This is important to know too. When you're providing liquidity with gold on Crystalville, I don't think it's the case here, but when you create a pool and provide liquidity, okay, it's not going to show up here if you're using gold. You have to import it. You got to put in gold. That's a tip. Okay. And okay, this is another thing. Let's say you want to send, let's say you want to send stuff, or even doing transactions. I want to send the Amber Taffy to a different wallet. Okay. Sometimes this gas says 0. All you got to do is put in, usually this almost always works. Just put in 100 GUI. It'll work almost every time. Okay. Sometimes you're going to come here. You want to send this. Let's send this. Okay. Sometimes it's going to say 1,000 GUI. A lot of times right now. It's crazy. MetaMask is crazy. Just change it to 100. If you're doing a zillion transactions all the time, it's suggesting 1,000 GUI, which isn't the end of the world still. I mean, but it's 0.0771 as opposed to 0.01, like something like that along those lines. Big difference. So, okay, it's still showing 0. It's so funny. It's just all over the place. You just put in 100 or 105, sometimes 150. Sometimes it fails, and it might even kind of lag for a bit. You just got to do something else for 5 or 10 minutes, come back. Hardly ever, almost never, like one time. It's done that. Okay, but as you can see, those went through. Done deal. Okay, so I'm going to do another video on this, all of this tomorrow. Is Crystal going to pump or is it going to dump? I can't imagine it not pumping. There's so many people who are going to be summoning. So all that crystal, how does it not pump, right? And how is it not pumping right now? Like anytime we figure something like this out, we're always a step behind. So you got to think too. If you want to try to think ahead, right now I'm a step behind. It should have already pumped, but it didn't. Really, I was anticipating it to pump. It didn't pump. But I wanted a bag of crystal because I'm gonna definitely summon. So I'm game to spend more to get better chances for legendary, mythic. That'll be huge, and to get some kind of token for doing it. In the past, man, we got rewarded for doing stuff like that. It's like awesome. It's not as much about the Gen Zero raffle and stuff like that. It's just one. But if there was more, I thought they said there's 2 more Gen Zeros, but then on this medium, it just said 2 more Gen Zero crystals. What is that actually 2 Gen Zeros? Okay, I get it. A summoning, like an actual Gen Zero. That's what that is. A new Gen Zero. Okay. It's actually 2 Gen Zeros. So 3 total Gen Zeros. That's nice. And 12 pets. I guess the egg packs are all right. But then you get this token, this birthday cake. It's got to be important. I'm guessing that's going to come back to be like score. I'm guessing. Could be wrong. And this increased chances. So instead of having a 25%, I mean, instead of having, killing me. Hopefully this, no. that the, no, dang it. Okay. I think we got to look at this again. Guys, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Copy. The chances of not getting a common is what really stood out to me. Brain, work. Come on, brain, you can do it. Okay. So if you summon two mythics together, it's a 40% chance still that you're going to get a common hero versus a 25% chance to get a common. And all this is better too. So if you have two commons, you only have a 52% chance to get another common. That's really good. There's a lot of value to those mythics, guys. It's essentially, so even a basic hero common is better than a Dread Knight over time, at least. And even when they're summoned, it's not better than a Dread Knight when they're summoned, but it's hardly different because when a mythic is summoned, you get 10 extra stat points right off the bat. So, and with the legendary, you get 7 extra stat points right off the bat. That is so significant. Plus you get the token. Plus you get in the raffle, which to me, I can't even ignore the raffle. It's just a little bit of icing on the top. The main thing is the mythic. I want to be able to use stones. So if I can't use stones, I don't know if I'll summon as much, but I'll still definitely summon plenty. The question is how much. I'm hoping they open up that item bridge tomorrow, baby. A big announcement, big stuff. I'm so stoked about tomorrow. When is it? So there's 2 things. So tomorrow, okay, 2 p.m. One other special event will be happening Monday. Community Roundtable on Sanderdale's new home of Clayton. Baby, make sure to join the DFK Discord server to be able to join. 2 p.m. EDT. That's 1 p.m. Central Standard Time in the United States of America, Chicago time. So that, and then this is going to be like a live event too, I think, right? On Discord. As soon as that hits, which is 7:22 Central, 8:22 Eastern. Okay. Exciting, you guys. There's so many other things I need to talk about with you guys. Those are the big things. Shimmer Skin. Sell that on the decks if you're going to sell it. It's going to be crushing in the liquidity, though. I'll tell you that. Just like Swift Thistle, I went ahead and keeping some of that, providing liquidity for the Swift Thistle, Shimmer Skin. Is Crystal going to pump or is it going to dump? I'm going to do another video on it tomorrow. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, bell button. Crypto Grady out. Good night. I need sleep, but sleep is for the world. I'm crazy, manic, insane, lunatic, fool for DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Yeah. Love it. I love it. I love it. The best project in all of crypto. I love it.